As usual, thank you. Hey guys, and welcome back to the coolest corner on YouTube.
But before we begin, I edited this video with the in-camera audio instead of the external audio that I recorded. That's why the audio sounds so terrible. So sorry guys, and I forgot to turn the fan off.
Today is part 2 of my little series, I guess you could call it, about my locks. So today we're going to talk about my lock journey, and we're going to do a little Q&A. So stick around. If you don't want to see either of those, I'll try to leave timestamps in the description for you, maybe. But otherwise, stick around. So how this is going to work is I'm going to be looking at the pictures on my phone, and I'll show you guys the pictures on the screen, okay? Or I'll just post the screen recording on my phone, probably. So let's start before I had locks. A lot of people ask me, or they say now, like, I couldn't imagine you without long hair, or I couldn't imagine you without locks, bro. So let me show you a picture of me without locks. Funny story, if you watched my last video, I talked about how I bite my tongue when I'm concentrating. This is a picture of me from high school. I think I was in grade 11, playing Tap Tap Revenge with a friend. And at my school, you couldn't have your hair grown out past either half a centimeter or half an inch, if I remember correct. And this was a dress up day, a fun day, and my whole grade decided to go in sweats because we were anti. So we were like, you know what, we can just go in sweats. So that's why I look so casual. But anyways, as you can see, your boy had the waves on slim, okay? Waves on what? Swim. But yeah, so this was my everyday cut. I had a little taper. This is the cut I pretty much used to get every single time I went to the barber shop. I lied, I had a lot of different haircuts, but around this time, like 11th grade, yes, that was like my go-to, just a little taper close to the sidelines, sideburns. And that's just how I used to live my life. And then when I graduated from high school, I started to grow my hair out. Not immediately, but probably like a year after I graduated high school. So like 2013, maybe, I started to let my hair grow. But even then, I kept it at like a specific length. I didn't just let it grow out. I had like a kind of like almost an afro, but just like a high fade. I don't really have any pictures from that time, so I'm just gonna skip to like my first year of college. And I took 2 years between high school, went to college here, and then I went to college in the US. So this is my first year of college in the US, which was 2014. So this is me and my friend. Well, I'll just blur it out because I don't know if she asked to be on my YouTube channel, so I'll just leave it out. But this is my hair at the end of my first year. I called it my freshman year. It was my freshman year. At the end of my freshman year of college. I kind of grew it out, and I had 2-strand twists. Those weren't locks. These in this picture aren't locks. I just used a 2-strand twist in my hair, and I let them get pretty long, as you can see. And then close to the end of the summer after that year, I decided I didn't want long hair anymore. So I took them out, took my 2-strand twist out. I picked my hair out and I actually went to the barber. I went to the barber and I was like, yo, just chop all my hair off. I'm over it, right? So at the barber, he cut one side and I was like, no way. I changed my mind. And I actually had 3 locks that I started personally that I never used to take out and retwist. I just let them lock up at the back of my head. They're actually still here, and they're my longest 3 locks, which I joined them together, but they're 3 locks now. Well, they're 1 lock now, but they started as 3. He didn't cut those off, and then I was like, well, since he cut one side off, cut the other side off. That's why my sides are reshaped. But he didn't cut both. He didn't cut like any off the top. So I was like, you know what? Just cut around those 3 locks, leave everything above them on my head, and cut the other side just like you did that side. And that same day, I texted my friend Lindsay. Hey, what's up, Lindsay? Locks by Lind. My friend Lindsay. And I was like, hey, you want to lock my hair? And I don't think she'd ever done locks before, but I was like, nah, what the heck? So I called Lindsay over. She's like, yeah, let's do it. So she started my locks for me. And that's how I got my locks started. So after that, the closest picture I could find, the earliest picture of my locks that I could find, is this picture from December 2016. So I started my locks August 2015, and this is the next earliest picture I think that I could find. Let me check. Yeah, pretty much. So my locks were a little over a year at this point. So, and you can't really see because I have a hat on, but it's the best I could do, okay? December 2016, they were like a year, and I'm pretty sure that's the only picture I have from 2016. So now we're just gonna jump to 2 years. I know it's very, I didn't really keep track of my hair. I didn't take pictures of my locks. I didn't really like document the process. You know, a lot of people with locks, especially women, like, you know, they document the process and they take a picture every month or something like that, or, you know, every year. But I didn't really do that. A lot of guys do it too, but I didn't do it. So these pictures are kind of sporadic is my point. So yeah, this next picture was April 2017. So my locks weren't 2 years yet. They were a couple months. They were like a year and a half. April 2017. And as you can see, if I zoom in, you can see like right there, those were the locks that I started myself. They were a bit longer than the rest. Now my locks are kind of even because I trim them, but they weren't back then. So that's where they were touching my shoulder. Just 3 of them were touching my shoulder. The rest were still hanging though. And then this is a month later, May 2017. Okay, as you can see the long one hanging right there, one of the long 3. And then, oh, I had to put these pictures in here. And this was June 2017, so a few months after that, when I went to London. And as you can see, I could put my locks in a bun, and they were up in a bun. So they were pretty long by then. This was September, so that same year. So at this point, my locks were 2 years long. And as you can see, I got a little bit of hang time. I had just finished winning a go-kart race. This picture was December 2017. I think I used to have my locks. Sometimes I two-strand twist my locks and put a rub on it. And when you take them out, they end up like this, kind of wavy. But as you can see, like they're all kind of getting to that point where they close to my shoulders now. So this now is March 2018. My locks were about no, they weren't 3 years yet. They were like 2 years. 2 years and 5 months. Not 3 years yet. I found these photos. These are from when I went to San Francisco in May 2018. So almost we're getting towards that 3-year mark now, and they are touching my back. So here, this picture is July 2018. I was in South Africa, and this was my friend, a giraffe that I met at the safari. Yeah, as you can see, my locks, this was kind of like the point where I was like kind of seeing like my locks, they're getting kind of long. As you can see, my head is tilted back a bit in this photo, but like you can see, like they're definitely all touching at least my shoulders now, down my shoulders now. Then this picture is August 2018. So my locks were, why is it so dark? My locks were actually 3 years at this point, because I started them like right at the beginning of August, if I remember, 2015, like August 1st or 2nd or something like that. As you can see, my locks are pretty long. I think I had just gotten a retwist. Your boy is fresh to death. Need a haircut though. As you can see, like all my locks are touching my shoulders, and they're like hanging now. Like they not, you know, they got a little weight to them. You know, let me stop. And then this picture is graduation when I graduated from college. Well, this isn't when I graduated, but this is when we take graduation pictures the semester before you graduate. So this was October 2018. So same year, but as you can see, they're just a little bit longer. You can see those long ones again all the way on my left side in the photo. Me in the photo, my left side. Those longer locks are down there. So that was when I went to take my graduation pictures for the yearbook, I should say. And this was what I met Tori Kelly. Honestly, you can barely see my hair in this because the background is black, but I just wanted y'all to know that I met Tori Kelly. So yeah, but they pretty much, the long one is pretty much chest length. And I think this is around the time where I started trimming those long sets to get even with the rest, because right now they're even. But if I never trimmed it, they probably would have been like way longer than the rest still. But yeah, this one I met Tori Kelly. And then this is, well, that was October 2018. And then this one's from January 2019 when I went, what'd you call that? Paintball. We went to a paintball field. I feel like this is just turning into experiences with Lukaya, not necessarily my lock journey, because I'm just telling y'all about where I've been, South Africa, England, etc. Okay, this picture, they kind of look the same length, but if you notice, and this is in April 2019, if you notice, my hair is pulled back in one and then they fall. They're not hanging all the way, but like you can still see how long they are in this picture. So this is, what I said, this was April 2019. So we're getting close to that. I'm a couple months away in this picture from the 4-year mark. So this was this was from my actual graduation pictures. April 24th, 2019, around that same time. You know, you can see they get a little lengthy. And then this was my graduation day. I really just wanted to show y'all that I graduated college, because some people might not believe me. Okay, so there was a big gap between my last photo and this one, because I don't really take a lot of pictures like that, so especially of my hair, but in general. So this picture is November 2019. So my locks were past 4 years. At this point, they were 4 years and 3 months. But as you can see, they're pretty long. 4 years and 3 months. And then this picture is the next year, 2020, February, the beginning of February, 2020, just February 2020, the middle of February 2020. And they're pretty long, like they're kind of mid-back at this point. So this picture is the picture I put up on the screen here, somewhere, is how my locks look today. And I don't really remember what picture I took, but I'm pretty sure it's a picture of my locks of my back. And yeah, that's how they look now. As you can see, if I remember correctly, you can see that my parts are still together, and I'm shooting this like 5 days after I did my last retwist. But my parts are still there, and my locks at this point are 5 years. They'll turn 6 in August.
By the way, I recorded this video in February of this year. It is now November.
Basically, but they're like 5 years, let's see. 5 years and 5 months, almost 5.5 years old. I've had them for almost 5.5 years. I didn't start from scratch, but I started them from pretty short. Like even though I had twists before, like I said, I got a lot of my hair cut off. And also like before, I'm pretty sure I trimmed some of the hair that was on my head as well. If I'm not mistaken, maybe not, I'm not sure. But anyway, and I started mine with comb coils as well. And if anybody knows, if any of you started yours with comb coils, you know your hair shrinks so much. I remember that when I just started my locks, my same friend Cash actually, she was joking because some of them were shorter than the distance from her first knuckle on her pinky to the end of her finger. That's how short some of my locks were when I started. Not all of them, some of them were longer, but some of them were that short. And look at them now. Yeah, so if you want to start locks or you're thinking about starting locks, like it's gonna take time. Like just be patient, they're gonna grow. In the beginning it's gonna, ooh, there's the ugly face, moment of silence. But yeah, you will get through it. Like it's fine. It's fine. Just give your locks time to grow and breathe and bud. And I promise you, if you really want locks, it'll go by in no time. I can't believe, like even making this video, I'm like, geez, I really had locks long, bro. But like it doesn't even feel like I had them for so long. Me saying almost 5.5 years is crazy to me. Like I had locks for 5 years. If somebody, like when people say they have locks for 5 years, I feel like, wait, that's a long time. But I've had locks for 5 years, so that's kind of crazy to me. So, you know, just stick to it, and before you know it, I promise you, like, your locks will be growing and flourishing, especially if you take care of them. I really don't take care of my locks as much as I should. I don't take care of them at all. But you'll learn more about that in my next video. So that'll be part 3 to this lock series, and probably the last video, unless you guys request like something specific in the future. But I don't want to make this one too long. I already been recording for like 20 minutes, so I ain't trying to make this video too long. So as usual, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see part 3 of this series, head to that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so when I post it, you'll get a notification. Yeah, thanks for sticking around. If locks aren't your, you know, kind of content you want to watch on my channel, be patient. I got some more stuff coming for you. Some more music, some tech stuff, and you know, just some other fun videos that I think you guys will enjoy. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you know, as always, it's peace, love, and Goombay on this channel. I'm out of here.